Try not to get stabbed. Ow! If this video gets
300.
300 likes, you think? I basically blew up the fish room. Oh, he looks cool. What is up, everybody, and welcome to today's video. If you are new to the channel, my name is Zach. This is SC Fish Keeping, and I appreciate you stopping by. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button down below. One of the things that I've been noticing happening lately in my comment section of my videos is people are reaching out to me and they say,
"Hey Zach, I have this fish, I can't house it anymore, we need to rehome it for whatever reason. Do you have the ability to take it?"
And I'm going to be honest with you, most of the time the answer to that question is going to be yes. And that's exactly what happened just the other day. One of my longtime subscribers, a guy that I've talked to a few times before, reached out to me and said, "Hey Zach, I got this fish, it's getting beat up. We're fearful for the safety and the life of this fish. Do you have the ability to come get it and take it and put it in one of your tanks?" And of course, I'm not just going to let this fish suffer or die, so I said, absolutely, I'll take that fish. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go to this guy's house. He has a fish that actually a lot of you have been telling me that I should get. So we're going to go check that fish out, feed it, take this other fish, bring it back, and we're going to put it in here. For those of you guys that don't know, this is my DIY wooden pond. It's about 170 gallons, 2x4s, pond liner. I'll put the link up here if you want to see the whole video on this pond. So just showing you how the pond sits right now. It's a little cloudy. I just did a big water change on it. But still running the sponge filters, the 2 heaters, the sand substrate. There's bluegill mostly in here. There is 1 or 2 small little green sunfish. And then the big guy in the yellow bullhead is down there. He just swam up under there. We'll dive into the pond a little bit later so you guys can get a better look. So before we go out and actually grab this fish, we do need to make one pit stop to get something that is very important anytime you transport big fish like this. So let's go to the wonderful world of Walmart.
Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
You're welcome. Alright, so we got what we needed. Little bubble box and the batteries, which were just as much as the bubble box. But for those of you guys that don't know, this little bubble box is just a portable battery operated air pump. So it lets you aerate your bucket or cooler, whatever you're transporting your fish in, so that your fish can have oxygen as you get them home. So that's all we need. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the subscriber's house and check out these fish. Let's go. I forgot to record myself driving, so instead, here's a foggy mountain. Alright, so we are actually here. We are at the subscriber's house. I've been taking a look at the fish, talking to them. Super awesome guys. I'm really excited to introduce you guys to them. They have some really cool fish. As I said, one of them is getting a little beat up, so we're going to show you that. But first thing I want to do, I want to have them introduce themselves, walk us through the tank, and tell us a little bit more about this setup. So let's do that.
My name's Andrew. This is my son Chance. We're just a couple of proud Nebraskans that love to fish. We've always been interested in fish tanks, and for a long time we talked about getting a largemouth bass. Finally, Chance here decided he wanted to save up his own money and get a fish tank so we could do that. Which he did, saved up all summer, got his own fish tank, and then we got this guy here, which was taken from a private lake, friends of the family owned. When we originally started, we just had the bass and the bluegill, which was fine. Well, we decided to try and feed the bass a green sunfish. He didn't get eaten, he just became a pet. Which we're okay with because he's a beautiful fish, which I'm sure you'll get a shot of him.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful, really aggressive, fun to watch, fun to feed. But the problem is he's really aggressive towards this bluegill. So that's where we kind of started talking about it, that we need to do something, otherwise the bluegill is going to end up dying. And Chance made the decision on his own to reach out to you, Zach, SC Fish Keeping, to see if he would be able to take him in and maybe give him a better home and revive him.
Yeah, and naturally I said, heck yes.
So here they are. I'll get out of the way and let you get some shots
Yeah,
if you want.
let's zoom in here a little bit. All right, so kind of getting closer. Look at the fish here. So like they said, 55 gallon sunfish here. This is the jerk. Bluegill's kind of hiding out back up here. You can tell he's not loving the current situation, but in the bass. Looking friendly. It's almost like he knows the camera. But let's get a closer look here. Alright, so I know what a lot of you guys are thinking is that a largemouth bass in this 55, it is going to keep growing and it's eventually going to outgrow the tank. So you were just telling me you guys have some plans that you're going to do to get this guy upgraded?
Yes, we're looking at a 120 or a 150 minimum, maybe even bigger to get him into, because I do realize 55 is not enough for him to live out his life. It's good for a small side.
Before you guys go down to the comments and start saying, hey, he needs a bigger tank, they know, and they're going to do it. I'm surprised to hear you guys don't want to just upgrade right to a pool, but maybe that's just me that goes with pools.
He a lot of times can get him to eat one right out of his fingers. If you want to try to get a shot at that.
Oh, heck yes.
And then
We're going to do a hand feeding?
Yep.
Yep, hand feeding. All right, so let's get closer. Oh, gone.
Oh, crap. Oh.
Fish never eat on camera when you want them to. So we did get that bluegill doing the hand feeding on there. So it's cool to see that he's still eating. One thing that the fish stop doing when they're too stressed out or too beat up is not eat. We're going to scoop him out, and then I showed you that we're going to stick him in that wooden pond. So we will go ahead and take him back, get him acclimated, and put him in there. But first we need water in the bucket, so let's do that.
I don't know how smooth this is going to work, actually.
Not only do these guys buy their bait or their feeders from Larry at LNA Baits, which I've shown you before, but they actually quarantine them and put them in their own little tank to make sure that they're not sick and they can house them appropriately. So I got to give both of you guys props for proper fish keeping and proper feeding, and not just buying feeders from Petco. So
Thank you. That wasn't fast enough. Oh yeah. Safe and sound.
made it look easy.
I'm just a little wet.
I've just been staring at this largemouth since I got here. Definitely a fish you guys have told me that I need to keep before, and I think it might be time. It might be time to get one of these on my own. But so I'm going to give you guys a challenge. Put you to work a little bit. If this video gets
300.
300 likes, you think?
300,
You think 300?
I think 300 sounds good.
You think everyone think
Yeah.
they can do it?
I think
Yeah.
they can do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if this video gets 300 likes, they decided 300 likes, I will go out and actually catch my own largemouth, bring it home, make it a pet, and bring you guys along with me. So tell them to hit that like.
Hit the like button, thumbs
the like.
up. And
You heard
the
'em.
notification bell. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, do all that. Do all of it. Before we go, I just wanted to say thank you again to these wonderful gentlemen here. Andrew actually has an awesome Instagram. I follow him. He's fishing like 3 times a day, 5 times a day.
I wish.
It seems like you're always out fishing though.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Never enough.
But he has some really awesome catches. So if you're into the fishing stuff and you want to see some really cool fish that you can catch, you do most of your stuff local, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, most of his fishing is local. So tell the people.
Name's Grass and Bass, and that's cutting grass and catching bass.
I will put the link to that down below, but definitely go check him out and show him some support for hooking us up with this awesome bluegill. So thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. All right. We'll pick this up back at the pond. All right, so we're back down in the fish room. Pond is looking good. But our new bluegill is in here doing great. We're going to acclimate him. I'm going to take little hose, little water. So while this really big fish is acclimating, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys on a little secret of what's going on in the fish room. So you hang tight and you come with me. Pool, Millie's tank, over here, the walleye, dragon puffer, all that stuff looks the same. But if you look over here, I basically blew up the rack. We're gonna move some tanks, we're gonna add some new tanks, and we're gonna basically rearrange this entire space. So definitely don't wanna miss that, so stay tuned. Let's get back to the bluegill. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes. So he's done acclimating, he's ready to get out of this bucket into the pond. Now Andrew grabbed him with his hand out of the tank, so I gotta do that with the bucket. Try not to get stabbed. Ow! So super awesome fish, really, really pretty fish. See if it'll focus. So super pretty fish. Let's go ahead and get him down into the water. Woo! He is like 3 times the size of any of the other bluegill in this pond. Oh, he looks cool. Let me show you. So again, this is 170 gallons, so plenty of space in there. You can see him right there behind the big old plant. He makes what were the biggest bluegill in here before look tiny. But so he is definitely going to run this tank. He has nothing in here that's going to nip at him or give him a hard time. So he'll do great to kind of grow out in here. However, part of that whole fish room blow up is this pond is actually going to be moved. And I'm going to set up a bluegill only tank. I like the native fish. I'm loving the native fish, and I want to do kind of a native exclusive section in the fish room, simulating natural environment and like species only tanks or something similar. But so this awesome new bluegill given to me by Andrew and his son he's going to get his own kind of spotlight tank. He will be the main showcase. Special fish, special experience for me being able to take this fish from 2 really awesome guys who love this fish, and I want to do something special by giving him his own tank. So this is just temporary, but it's going to be fantastic until I get his new tank set up. But I told you I was going to dive into the pond and give you a closer look, so let's do that. So there it is, guys. That is my brand new bluegill in my wooden pond. Before we wrap it up, I showed you a lot of different things in this video. We talked about the 300 likes, I'll get my own largemouth. I showed you a lot of the changes coming to the fish room. I hope you guys are excited about that. But make sure you go check out Andrew's Instagram, again, linked down below, and drop a comment. Just say thank you to them for not only recognizing that this bluegill needed a chance to not get picked on by sunfish, but it really means a lot that they trust me with the health of this fish that they've had and cared for a very long time. So thank you to them. Again, say something down in the comments nice to them. I certainly appreciate it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see me do more native stuff like this, let me know. But for now, we will wrap this one up, and until the next video, I will see you soon.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. See you.